Well, what do I think of sphere of influence? I'm having a fun time as the USA here. I've gotten to 1845. I have tweaked things with the people in my areas here. The war against Mexico is progressing very rapidly. I'm shocked at how fast we're doing this, but hey, that's how it goes there. Let's be nice here. I've also managed to abolish slavery in the USA, so if we can just prevent any rebellion from happening for the next 10 years, we'll be fine there. Actually, it's a little bit less than 10 years by now. It's yeah, we've gone over 2 years on there. Uh, so what's in here? Well, okay, as things happen, they'll show up in this little current situation here. If I can do a thing with one of my block members. So, for example, I've reduced autonomy twice in Liberia. They're now my puppet. Ho ho. And then eventually the uh, Indian territory will. I'll integrate that. They're already at a puppet area. If I want peace, Mexico is the enemy, of course. That and then bison hunting. Ooh, let's protect the bison herds. I don't want to. I'm doing some things to try to fix up America's situation here from before there. Oh, okay, and the British have got a thing going on up here at the Mississippi, though. So, what have you there? Let's see if they'll accept my demands. This is, I mean, it's otherwise it's the same old Victoria too, but they just got a whole lot of new cool things. Propose that peace deal, and yes, now we have that. Let's finish off the colonies. Nice and neat. And New Mexico, there we are. And we'll clear that out. We picked up another army out of there. Ooh, we also got one more interest. Yay! We're interested in La Plata and where else? I don't know. Where else should we be interested? I don't. China. We should be interested in China because that's where all the fun is. But also Indonesia, I guess. Uh, but as it is, the this American British League that I have here, they convinced me to get a trade treaty with England and to improve relations with them. I think I've gotten poorer relations. Yeah, they've dropped down to cordial. They used to be a little higher, probably because we were fighting our war in Mexico. But now that that's over, it should improve. Uh, and their support will go higher and they will not be as angry at me. But there was some corruption in there as well. We had to kick that out. That was fun to see actually how the and the American British League also got me to break a trade treaty with France that I had formed. They said, "No, France are rivals of Britain. You've got to break it up with them." Okay, I did. And I had a anti-Russian league formed for a short time, and then it dispersed because nobody cared. Uh, yeah. So let's see here about this Mexican cession here. As soon as we own all of Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona and Utah, I guess finish our colonization there, we'll be fine with that. And then for frontier wars, Nebraska, South Dakota, Colorado, Wyoming, Montana. Yeah, that's going to happen pretty quick there. We should be good to go. I got to figure out how we're going to get Columbia District there. Some weird stuff has happened. Every game I've tried a few games here already. One that crashed the desktop, and one that was like, "Oh come on!" And another where I started like, "Oh whoops!" I was recording, and then something happened in the recording, so I had to start over again. So this is my fourth game as America today, and I've, this one is the first one I got into 1846 in just 10 years. But all of them, Jackson died quickly and Calhoun took over as president. I don't know if there's something weird in that. Um, some other weird stuff shows up in here. If we look at buildings, you'll notice that now. Oh, let me go ahead and fix all my production methods here. And why not go ahead and just modernize everybody. Okay, and we'll incorporate California, Nevada. But as I was saying, we go back to the buildings view and take a look at, say, we can look at all the buildings now. You notice that the little ownership methods is out. That's not a thing anymore with the sphere of influence. Okay. Well, it is in some places. Like if I come down here to manor houses, I get clergy oversight unless I have enacted state atheism. I don't know what's going on with that. I, I don't. I don't. And financial districts, they'll be publicly traded later. I guess that's when we get to, yeah, mutual funds. Then we just convert everything over to stock markets, and instead of it being individual industries, you just get stock markets, and then you go from there. So yeah, it's pretty easy to understand here, and you still have urban rural development here. We can sort by the building alphabetically, or reverse alphabetically. We can sort by the size, biggest ones on top, little, or sort the other way, littlest ones on top. Production M, I don't know what that means. Production M. Maybe I missed the dev diary or whatever on that. Uh, if I have it like you see food industries at top here, then I sort it the other way and I get construction sector on top. I don't know what production means. If you know what they are, put in the comment below because I'm an old man and I'm illiterate apparently. But then productivity, ah, yes, financial districts making 430 productivities. That's great. And government administration is never productive. Did they have Ron Swanson write this? My munition plants are not doing so good. Well, that's because it keeps. Anyway, I know why. And if I go to development, that just, again, it just shows all these guys here. So you're wondering, where is the construction queue? Click the arrow here. Now you see the construction queue. I don't have a lot of stuff being constructed right now. I should go after it there. But I could also build in foreign countries. Example, let's say I want to build a millet farm. Well, there's only one place I can build millet farms, and that's in Liberia. They're in my sphere of influence. They're in my block. I've got a deal where I can build there, so I can start, if I want to, building more millet farms in Liberia. Corn farms. Oh, where? Oh, come on! I can't build them in Oklahoma, really? Or, sorry, Indian country there. But anyway, if I click on, yeah, here it is, state and Indian territory. I could put in other things there. I oh they grow cotton, livestock, or wheat. Okay, well I could build more wheat if I so desire to expand the wheat farms. Foreign investment, good to go. And because they are in my market, I will get the products in there. I had a conversation earlier with somebody who's going, "Hey, wait a minute! I wanted to invest in a company in another country. Why can't I access the goods from that investment? I paid for the company." And then also the question was like, but because there's no demand for that good in that market, but there's demand for it in my market, why can't I set up a trade route to create demand? Like, it doesn't work that way. This time period is all about thinking we need new stuff. We need more of this stuff. Where can we make more of this stuff? Well, we can make some over there. Well, go over there, take over, control, do something to take control of whatever we need to take control of, so that way we could tell them they're going to start making some stuff there that we need, and they're going to like it. And then it gets done. This is imperialism. I've heard some other comments about how this would, oh, this totally changes how or ruins how you play some small countries. Yeah, because you can no longer do the exploit of join the other guy's market and make the one thing that they're short of and generate tons of profit on that, and then have that result in a high prestige, and you become a, yeah, no, none of that. Because as you are generating all that profit and making that one good, then the block owner looks at you and goes, "Hey, you're such a great member of my block. Let's take you over completely." Ah, but I'm a small country trying to make it on the big stage. Yeah, nah, it's not going to happen. Sphere of influence definitely shifts things towards larger countries at the start of the game, or countries with potential to be large. Costa Rica, I don't think so. Boy, no. Brazil, yeah. Mexico, yeah. Uh, France doesn't have a block at the start, but it's easy for them to form. Spain, potentially, yes. England, Russia, Prussia, Austria, Ottoman Empire get one. Italy, if they unify, they could do it. Uh, Great China, Great Qing, British East India Company, Persia. These are all ones with some potential for breaking free. Egypt even could do it. Japan, a friend of mine actually got a game going as Japan and took over Korea and had fun with that. But again, you're looking for countries that have either established themselves as big or have the potential to become big. They're going to be running dominant power blocks, and those are going to be things that form by the mid game and help determine colonization and incorporation and things like that. And then at the end of the game, these blocks are going to be smashing into each other. And I see potential for writing scripts or code or whatever mods that make power block against power block wars something that happens later on in the game, like a great war. Ooh, wouldn't that be something? And you could even merge power blocks and form coalitions, I would hope. But that's all speculation. This I am playing without any mods right now. And yes, there are some wonderful mod authors that have already gotten their mods ready to go for 1.7, and that's fantastic. I still see a need for mods that will do things like, split out goods and get those changed around because I mean, I look at the food industries. I'm telling them, quit. Don't make any liquor at all, guys, because we got to concentrate on groceries. Even though, yep, nope, still not a good deal. I like the industry uh, realism mod that splits them out. That's in the works. He's working on there. The political and economic changes mod has already been updated. He is still doing some testing to make sure he can. It'll load. We know that. We just want to make sure it doesn't cause any crashes to desktop. So he's doing some work on that, and I plan to troubleshoot that and playtest it some more to see how that goes. The ones that are transportation not local and power plant not local, that mod author, King Richard, has already gotten those up to date. I'm stoked for that because already I'm getting these problems of transportation shortage and like, guys, I'm making transportation here. If I look at my market and I go to my goods and I look at my balance, where's transportation? Where's transportation? See, I don't even. Yeah, it's like, wait, where? Oh, here, yeah, local good. There we go. Okay, and yeah, I see these guys here with local problems with transportation, and I see these other guys with a little bit of a plus. And okay, so I could make some more transportation in this game, but still, it getting that shortage there means with the transportation not local, you could trade it around. Anyway, point being that mod is working on things. A couple others that I'm hoping will get fixed up. I want paper map all the way, and yeah, I don't have it. On the other hand, it's actually not really killing me to zoom in and see all this stuff. And yay, look, there's a White House, and I got birds. Let me take a look at my CPU usage here. It is 35% CPU, 75% GPU, and actually most of the GPU is coming from uh, OBS Studio. So, okay, um, that's actually quite nice to know that they've reduced the load there. If I just get rid of my OBS Studio, maybe Victoria 3 will get more GPU, but it's not lagging. It's not doing anything weird there. Um, yeah, this is a strong mod, a, a dandy little mod here, and I think not mod DLC. It's not a mod if you paid for it. It's DLC then. Great fun already doing the interplay with these power blocks and changing things and trying to get Nicaragua and Honduras to join my block. Or let me look at the actions here. Like here we go. Invite to our power block. I need to get 200 leverage advantage over Honduras. I have 69 currently. And then they'll join Murica, which is the name of my power block. So it takes some time to build it up there, and I'm going to have to learn some more about what I need to do to get them into my block, if not just conquering them and making them protectorates. Or waiting for them to have a revolution and then offering to help if they become my subject. And then, yeah, anyway. There's a lot of good stuff in here. I have not had a crash to desktop running without mods. When I tried it earlier with some mods, and no, they weren't all ones that I knew for sure were working. I just said, I don't know, does it work? Loading all the mods I had with 1.6, it crashed immediately. Loading the ones that I thought might get me through, the game loaded, and I'm playing with mods, and then something crashed when I joined the British power block. That was a weird one there. Well, let me tell you, because okay, that's something that happened here in America. At the start of the game, there is no American power block. And you've also got this American British League or Union or whatever. And if you want to appease them, you've got to have good relations with Britain. Okay. So and I like to have good relations with Britain because I like to sort things out with the Columbia District and have a nice border with Canada. I started making overtures to the British that got them happier there. And when I looked at making that power block, if you click the thing, like if I go over here to power block and hit overview, there, if you don't have a power block, then you'll just see all blocks. And there's one here, this is, make a power block at the bottom, and I did, and I created it, called it America, gave it these colors, and made my statue, yeah. And then when I hit make the block, it gave me this thing that says, okay, you do this, and everybody else who has a block, you will lose 30 relationship with them. Well, the first time through, I thought, well, I don't want to do that now. I want good relations with Britain. And by the end of 1836, relations with Britain were so good, they made an offer for me to join the British Empire. What? Join the British Empire? There's the thing in 1776 where we said ixnay on the Empire way. And if I refused that, it would drop my relation with Britain by 50. So, yeah, the trade up, drop it by 30 at the beginning and then build it up through time. And yeah, eventually we got it to where, we've got a trade deal and things like that. We're on the good. Or wait a while and then tell them, no, I don't want to join your empire, and drop relations by 50. And then if you want to make your block after that, you drop it by another 30. Better to drop it by 30, have your own block, and then they never ask you to join theirs, and there's never the minus 50 on the table. Just something to keep in mind. If you don't have a block at the beginning of the game and you're thinking you'd like to have one, and your lobbies are causing you to have better relations with guys that do have a block, if you don't want to join theirs, then don't get your own block right away. Now, there is a thought as a potential play to have America join the British Empire and then increase in GDP and prestige so much that it takes it over. That would be an interesting play there. As it is, I'm not interested in that right now. I want to do this on my own. I want to be American and build out America and get some Manifest Destiny going on here. So, definitely good DLC. The patch is great stuff there. But the DLC I think is better. The DLC adds so much more. It's worth it. And how do I feel about DLC? Some people say I don't like the way that. Okay, you don't like the way, but I look at it's either DLC or a subscription model for game studios to truly stay in business, or they have to have a very high purchase price, something like that. Something's got to pay the bills. I see DLC as more acceptable to me than a subscription model. because subscription means I'll have certain expectations about them turning things out, and if it's not ready when they say it should be ready, then why am I paying my subscription? When it's ready, make the DLC, push it out, and when you're done making DLC, I know that the next iteration of the series is about to come out. But I like the DLC. I believe it is a fair price. I already got it at the beginning because I bought the whole big shooting match at the start. I went. I knew I'm gonna like Victoria 3 based on what I saw in the previews, and I knew a lot that I was gonna like about Sphere of Influence. I am really liking it right now. Just some really good things in there. I am going to use mods though later on, especially the industries, the expanded industries, the or not expanded, yeah, but the one that the fake industry realism, that was it. The political and economic changes mod. I know Great Revision is working on his thing to help with trade AI and things of that sort. So there's some really good mods out there, and I know there's already a mod. There's already a mod to fix how in the Great Game as Persia, you're supposed to take over Georgia, the state, but it's not actually Georgia, the state. It's because that state is there, Tiflis. They have it set it where you're taking over Georgia in the USA. There is a mod to fix that, and I know that there's a few other little glitches in the code that probably there will be a very soon we will have a patch for 1.7. So look for 1.7.1 really soon to fix things like Persia taking over Georgia in the USA instead of Georgia in the Caucasus. Crazy stuff. But yeah, fun mod. Hope you like it. Hope you like this video, and I hope you have all the diplomatic plays go your way. Until next time, I'll see you later.